Let me know, let me know.
So maybe spend a few weeks, few months, or maybe even a few years researching social skills. You'll spend time watching videos like this one, reading books, maybe even paying for courses and even coaching, and yet you're still not making any progress. Sure, now you know a lot of knowledge, information, right? You know a lot of different things, but when you leave the house, you still get anxiety. When it comes to cold approaching people or girls, it still stresses you out. You still get kind of weird, your brain kind of blacks out, you just don't really know what to say, and it all ends up just resulting in a ton of awkward silence and awkward interactions. Well, in this video, I'm literally just gonna tell you the reason that's all happening, how to fix it, and how to I'm basically just gonna make your life 10 times simpler and just tell you literally, like, just do this and you'll improve, alright? Real quick, my name is Ogden. I've been improving my social skills and working on them for over 4 years now. So I've made, you could say I've made some decent progress in it. And so the number one thing, right, if I could remove all else, if I could remove the reading, the studying, if I could remove, and if I could be left with only one practice, right, one actionable step to improve my social skills, it would be cold approaching. Specifically, it would be just walking up to strangers on the street and starting a conversation. Single handedly, this is the most important social skills practice, social skills step, social skills, whatever you want to call it, that exists. This is your foundation, this is your house, this is your furniture, this is everything, all right? This doesn't just teach you how to speak to people, it helps you remove limiting beliefs, it helps you get more confident, it helps you become funnier, more charismatic. It literally does every single thing that you could imagine. And it's just as simple as walking up to a person on the street, saying hello, how's your day going? Now, in the start, the biggest problem people face is that they think they can't speak to anyone. And in the start, that's true. You walk up to a group of strangers or maybe a person on the street, like a stranger, you say hello, but then your brain stops working and you don't know what to say. The way that you solve this is, again, by just going and speaking to more people. This is the craziest realization I've had a few years ago when I started doing this. Your brain will unlock different levels of kind of conversation by you just doing the simplest little thing in the start. Like, in the start, my brain used to completely black out. I'm speaking to a stranger, I'll say hello, and unless they start asking me something so I can answer it, my brain is not thinking of any conversation topics. How did I fix that? I literally just started walking up to tons of people and literally just saying hello. And I would already have like a pre-made script in my head, like I would say, hello, how's your day going? Then they would be like, nice. Maybe they would ask, how's my day going? I'd be just like, okay, it's nice. And I'll walk away. And even though I didn't have a conversation, I didn't hold a full-on conversation, so you might think that this doesn't train your brain or anything, in a weird way, just by walking up to a person and saying a single thing and just doing it over and over and over again, your brain becomes more relaxed with the whole action of speaking to a stranger, which then helps you to kind of unlock in this way, and it literally just enables it to start thinking of conversation topics. Then you step up to level 2. Now you can walk up to a stranger and your brain doesn't black out. Your brain doesn't stop working. So now you can be like, how's your day going? And then they say, it's fine. And you ask something like, you comment and you keep going and you keep, flowing with the conversation, right? And as you keep going, right, so you get to your first point is you can just walk up and say hello and leave. That is, you walk up, say hello, how's your day going? Then as you walk up, you say hello, how's your day going? And you have a slightly longer conversation. And then after that, once this is all become natural, that's when, again, just by going and speaking to more people, you start being more charismatic. You become chill, you kind of unlock some kind of mannerisms and features of your own, which you always kind of lock down because you were afraid of messing up or having something awkward happen, but because you have so much experience, now your brain is just chill, so it just allows you to be yourself. And in a lot of cases, you're funny, you're charismatic, you're kind of cool. Like, you can think about it, if you're like on a fucking group call with your friends, you're probably pretty funny, you're probably cracking jokes, you're charismatic, it's a great vibe because you don't care about what your friends are gonna think. You're not afraid that they're gonna scrutinize you for saying something or it's gonna be awkward. Once you get to that level, you want to get to that level with every person on earth. Doesn't matter if they're a hot girl, doesn't matter if they're a stranger on the street, doesn't matter if they're the president. Once you get to that point of comfort and relaxation next to every other person, that's when you've reached peak of the mountain. That's when you're basically a social butterfly. You can speak to anyone. You're funny, charismatic, chill. You don't care. You can get girls. You are popular. Literally everything gets unlocked. You reach the peak of the mountain, and the way that you reach it is by just going, progressively overloading, and just speaking to people again and again and again and again and again, and doing it not even tens, not even hundreds, but like in the thousands of approaches. Right now, I'll probably get over 1,000 easily, cold approaches with just strangers and conversations and everything, and I'm still not even like probably close to the peak, right? I'm gonna have to have probably another like maybe 2,000 interactions before I can truly be like at that level. So it takes a while and it takes a lot of work, but time will pass anyway. So like, you can either do this and in a year be social and confident and everything, or not do it and time will still pass and now you just don't have any results in like a few years. So again, just get to work. This is like your action step. Every single day, just get 3 interactions and that's it. In the start, they can be simple. Literally just walk up to a person and say, hello, how's your day going? And then just walk away. That's it. Do that for the first like 30 times. Now your brain unlocks. Now you can walk up to them and be like, how's your day going? Oh yeah, nice. And have like a 2-minute conversation. Do that like 50 times. Now you can have a longer conversation. Do it 100 times. Now you can be a little bit funny. Now you can be a little bit charismatic. You can do this, you can do that. Do that hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. And basically that's how you become social. That is like the, the secret sauce, right? That it took me like 4 years to learn, but basically it's as simple as that. If you found this video helpful, you can click and watch this video. If you want to hop on a free call with me, you can check out the first link in the description. Click on the subscribe button and do the work.